Guys, after months of speculation, we finally have confirmation from the actual source that Tammy and Caleb have split. Now, obviously, this isn't exactly shocking, and I don't think most of us were expecting them to make it after only dating for 3 weeks before getting engaged and then getting married 2 weeks later. But what was shocking was everything that Caleb revealed in his divorce announcement. So guys, I don't want to waste any time. Let's get into this. So Caleb made a pretty shocking announcement on his Facebook recently that confirmed what we had all been speculating about for a while, that he and Tammy are officially getting divorced. So here's what he said: "If you were only here for my wife, then please delete me now. We are married by paper only right now. Her decision, not mine. It was more than that. I'm hurt, mad, confused, and alone, even with others around. Thank you for your love, prayer, and support." Okay, so let's unpack this. First of all, this definitely seems like a confirmation that they actually were legally married, since he said that they're only married by paper only, and I still don't even know if I believe it though, because there just hasn't been one single person who has been able to find any record of them filing any legal paperwork to get married in the first place, not to mention the theory that they were only just, that they got married because they needed something big to end the season of 1,000 Pound Sisters. So it really all just adds up perfectly that they weren't even legally married in the first place, even though Caleb claims that they are legally married, but so far he seemed to be a pretty big liar, so I'm not sure that I even believe him. But then you have the next line that he does confirm that it was her decision, not his, which I think, that any of us could have seen coming, because Tammy is currently living her best life, quite literally. This is the healthiest we've seen her in years, so it's like, what did she have to gain from the relationship with Caleb? And it doesn't seem like he was doing much at all to keep their relationship together. He's still in the rehab center in Ohio, and allegedly, even though they claimed that he was trying to move to a rehab center closer to Tammy's house in Kentucky, but let's just be real for a second. Caleb's rehab center was 8 hours away from Tammy's house, and as far as we know, she still can't drive a car, so the chances are that they haven't even seen each other since Tammy left the rehab center in January. And it's like, what kind of marriage is that? And it just seems like Caleb is full of a bunch of empty promises and kind of even lies, and like Tammy was just sick of it, which she kind of should be. And why would she waste her time with a liar who isn't doing anything to be with her, and who everyone thought was using her, when she's in the best shape of her life and she's finally getting healthier? It really just doesn't make sense. And because they just weren't at the same place in life, and as far as we know, Caleb is still trying to lose the weight that he needs to lose so he can have weight loss surgery, and he was making a ton of empty promises about how he was going to do this that past fall, and now it's spring and he appears to be in the same place. So it really just, it doesn't seem like there's any light at the end of the tunnel for him at this point. Meanwhile, Tammy's had the surgery and lost a ton of weight and is doing better than ever, and I don't blame her for not wanting to stick around and wait for him to fulfill his empty promises, because not even to mention that they really didn't even know each other at all when they got married. Caleb definitely had more to gain from this marriage than Tammy ever did, so it's not exactly shocking that she was the one who wanted the divorce. Caleb got the fame and the money for doing nothing, and even though he's not super well liked, and we knew that he was seeking her out for that exact reason, and the craziest part of this, at least to me, is that he actually kind of confirmed it, because we've been getting hints here and there for a while now, but Tammy changed her name on TikTok from Willingham back to Slayton, but she obviously couldn't come out and confirm it because she's under an NDA with TLC, and she has to wait for the show to reveal their divorce. But since Caleb officially confirmed it, that means one of two things. One, he was under contract with TLC and signed an NDA, and now he completely broke the contract, or TLC didn't have him sign an NDA in the first place, which, as far as I know, means that he wasn't getting paid by TLC, which means that they probably weren't expecting him to come back for the next season anyway, and that definitely leads me to believe that it was a fake wedding for the season finale. But again, we really don't know which situation happened here, so I hope for his sake that he didn't have a contract in the first place, because if he did, he definitely doesn't have the money to fight TLC. And let's be real, none of this marriage seemed super possible from the start. Just think about it. Neither of them have much of an income. Tammy has the little money she makes from the show, but that's about it. And if the show ends, so does her income, and neither of them have had real jobs in years, so how would they support themselves? Not even to mention that they're both reliant on other people. Literally, neither of them are self-sufficient, so how are they supposed to live together as a married couple when they need so much help? It just seemed like a very weird time to get married, all things considered. And they needed to get their lives on track, back and become independent and self-sufficient people before getting married. And it really just seemed like two people who were kind of just playing house, but now they don't even live in the same state to be able to kind of pretend to play house. So it makes sense that they're already getting divorced, at least in my opinion. And I think we can all agree that this marriage was doomed from the start. But then again, we don't even know that they were actually legally married in the first place. So for all we know, this was just a relationship they were calling a marriage. But how do you guys feel about this? I mean, are you shocked to find out that Tammy and Caleb are already getting divorced, or do you think that it was kind of doomed from the beginning like I did? I mean, when you look at the facts, everything pointed towards them getting divorced, and it just doesn't seem like it was ever really a real marriage in the first place, especially when Tammy's sister Amy is going through a very real divorce with a ton of fighting and issues, not even to mention that there are children involved. But let me know what you guys are thinking about all of this in the comments. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts now that we finally have confirmation that it's over between Tammy and Caleb.